G'day guys, how's it going? Welcome back of course to the Time Bomb channel. I hope all is good in your part of the world. Watch review of the Tsar Bomba Elemental series, reference TB8211Q-04. This one has been lent into the channel by the lovely people over at First Class Watches. Do mention the Time Bomb channel when purchasing there, as they will do their best to help on price matching. So this one is, he says, wrestling it off the comfy cushions and zooming in a fraction. This one is a new brand for me, and maybe also one for you. In the early 1960s, I believe the Soviets tested a very, very large A-bomb. Yes, the Tsar Bomba, the king of bombs. And that's kind of an odd choice for a watch brand. So the question is, of course, then, are there 50 megatons of watch here or not? Let's just reposition the camera and check it out. So as you can see in relation to my hands, the watch is quite large, and it is indeed. It's a bit of a chunker, this one. It comes in at 46 mils across. North to south, it's around 51 mils. But because of the fit of the straps there, that's kind of a redundant measurement. It's then also a whopping 15 mils deep, so this is a big bad boy. It comes on 26 mil lugs again, but yeah, I'll come on to the lugs a little bit later on. You get a very nice chunk of curved sapphire over the top of that dial. You get 50 meters of what I would call almost watery goodness. Yeah, I don't like 50 meters of watery goodness on watches personally, because yeah, anyway, it's around 150 grams on this rubber bracelet. But you can imagine that at least 100 grams of that is all in that watch head, so it does make it quite weighty in that sense. Throw it on my wrist for reference purposes. My wrist is 7¼ inch, he says. Nearly dropping the watch, don't do that. So you can just see what it looks like here. So there's your top down the pipe shot. As I say, the curves of that bracelet I think help it fit. So for example, as I say, on my wrist, I don't think that's too big. I think it's, I think the size is what is the concept. It sits proud. I do like the visuals of it, but I can see again, yeah, if you've got a smaller wrist, you might be wanting to look at some of their other watches. Yeah, I think it fits well. But again, I think one of the aspects that you might find is because of the way that the weight of the watch is all in that head. If you're wearing this on a steel bracelet, I think you need to size it very, very closely, because otherwise, that head is going to move itself around, pulled by those gravitational forces. Now, regulars to the channel will know that I'm super into supporting new brands and fun watches. However, I think I could get a little bit more behind this brand if they took a slightly different angle to what they were claiming. The website talks about the website blurb claims that these are luxury watches and they're super unique and individual, etc., etc. But the movement is a basic quartz chrono, and the whole design is clearly way too close to your Richard Milles in your hublots to have anything, even a sniff of uniqueness about it. So yeah, I mean, it just makes it a little bit of a challenge for me, as I say, to entirely get behind them because of that. The dial, I mean, as you can see here, I mean, there's a whole, let me zoom in a fraction more. The dial, I mean, man, there's a whole lot going on there. And because of the curve on that sapphire up top, it's a little bit challenging to not get that much reflection. It's a very, very busy dial indeed. And as I think that just makes it a very fun sports chrono. But the downside is, of course, as you can probably pick it up here, it's not uber legible. And the hands and bits and pieces do tend to get lost in that busyness. The date window, you may not have spotted it. It's fallen down a very deep hole. It's behind those little hatchings there at the 3. You see the digits themselves, the 15 in there, is really hard to see, and I think that's one of the reasons why they've put those diagonal stripes across that framing, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to distinguish it from anything else on the dial. Where did I want to go next? Yeah, the chrono action. Yeah, absolutely. It's a chrono. Let's check it out. Nice positive crunch as it sets everything off in motion, and it's an absolute joy and pleasure to watch. Everything works nicely, lines up nicely, and for the price point and for the type of watch that it is, you can see that chrono counter seconds hand does a pretty damn good job of hitting those minute markers. And that also is more well executed, because as you can see from there, that the rehort, well, it's not really a rehort, that scale, that seconds and the minute scale, excuse me, is way up there on the bezel frame. So again, if it was off, you would notice it even more. As I say, that's a pretty good job. I've reviewed some watches recently, they cost a lot more than these do, and they didn't even come anywhere close. So then just reset so you can watch it there. Okay, I left it running a little longer earlier on, and this one does it. The bottom chrono, the bottom sub dial there does a double spin, really nice as it resets itself. Also then notice, I don't know if you can see it, on that chrono hand, you've got the T-shaped counterbalance. Again, nice little detail there. Powering that chrono, on the website they claim it's a Seiko TMI YM92 quartz. I think that's probably going to be a Hattori Epson, because I think that's the version of that YM92 that they sell for use in non-Seiko watches. Again, if I'm wrong there, please do drop us a comment to let me know. So it's a solid little movement, but it's not luxury. The case back is just held in with those 4 corner screws, and that's probably where your 50 meters of watery goodness comes from. The case body, it's pretty well finished, but I can't see anywhere on the website determining whether that is IP or PVD, so I can't tell you how long it's going to stay looking like that. The strap and the buckle, I mean, it's a very thick, solid strap to help anchor this onto your wrist, which is nice. Buckle as well, signed, big chunky buckle. So again, that all works good. But I think if you're considering strap changes on this, I don't know how you get them off. I don't think these two depress here on either side of that. Again, I'm not entirely sure. I'm wondering whether it's these hex style screws, but again, I can't find anything on the website or anywhere else determining, giving you an instruction as to how you would swap out your bracelets. Would be kind of useful, I think. The loom, yeah, there is loom, and it's a little bit quirky. I think due to the layer construction of the dial, they're only able to loom up the 2, 4, 8, and 10 markers. I couldn't find anywhere on the website either what type of loom they've used. And then again, after 30 minutes, it starts to look like this, and I think then you can see the weakness of the loom here. A little bit disappointing. These retail for around £250 in the UK, so yes, it's a fun fashion piece. I have to say, I think if I had £250 to spend on a watch, I'd probably buy something else. But again, it's important for me to when I review watches, not to only review watches that I like or that I want to buy, because it keeps my mind open to possibilities. So I sincerely hope that the brand can come up with something, as they claim, a little bit more unique in the future, because I'd be super keen to see them progress and grow. Yeah, those, as always, are my thoughts. Look forward to reading yours in the comment section down below. Thanks as always for your time and for your view, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Cheers, guys.